Walters again of Brian Walters and Associates, and today I want to talk to my fellow business owners about a very specific subset of your exit strategy. You know, if your nose is to the grindstone these days, you probably don't think very much about your exit strategy. But for most business owners who I know, they got into business for a very specific reason. If you're like me, you got into business because you don't like working for other people or because you want to be in control of your own destiny. But one way or the other, for most business owners who I know, their business, or at least their interest in their business, represents something very important, and that is, it is a very specific and a very emphatic part of your retirement plan. Now, the way that this will typically play itself out is that you work in your business for several years, and then when the time comes, you sell your business and hopefully live off of the proceeds of that business in some form or fashion for the remainder of your life. But here's an important question. What if at the point when you get to that stage where you're looking to sell your business to retire, that the business is not worth what you think it should be worth? I will tell you that at the end of your work experience, at the end when you're getting ready to retire, is an absolutely horrible time to find out that your business is not worth what it should be worth, at least what you're expecting it to be worth. So let's talk about a few things that you might be able to do to sort of alleviate that sort of situation. First, I would highly recommend that if you're several years from retiring, that you get your business valued today. The reason is that if your business is valued today, you essentially are able to know what your baseline is. If you're relatively in tune with what the financials of your business are and your industry, and you have a very good idea of what your business should be worth, then a valuation would essentially confirm that information. If not, and most people who I know fall into this category, the business is worth typically a lot less than people expect for it to be worth. And the time that you want to find that out is today versus the time that you're getting ready to retire. So that's a very important piece of information that you probably need to verify as soon as you can. Secondly, if your business is worth, let's say, $1 million, you've heard me speak in the past about personal goodwill. A very important application of personal goodwill is that personal goodwill can sometimes be a very large percentage of the value of your business. So if your personal goodwill is worth, on that $1 million business, $700,000, chances are that you are only able to sell that business for $300,000, because obviously when you leave your business, your personal goodwill leaves with you. So a very important part of your strategy after you've gotten the valuation of your business is to do everything that you possibly can to make sure that that personal goodwill that is present in your business today is transferred to enterprise goodwill. I will just give you a few examples. Number one, if your business name has your own personal name in it, I would highly recommend changing it to something a little bit more generic and something that doesn't exactly identify you with that business. Another important element is all of your processes and procedures by which you operate your business have to be documented. The reason for that is you want to create sort of a blueprint for somebody who comes in from the outside to be able to operate your business. That way, the documentation serves as the conduit through which all of the processes and procedures take place, and that takes you out of the equation. And this becomes very important again because from the standpoint of your personal goodwill having to be minimized, the less your personal stamp is on the business, then the more, let's say, the more marketable it would be. These are just a few examples of actions that you can take today to ensure that when your business is ready to be sold, you will be able to maximize as much as possible out of that transaction, given what you put into it in terms of all of your sweat equity and everything else that you contributed toward making your business the success that it is. Thank you very much, and we'll be in touch soon.